everyone, welcome back to an episode of Create with Linda. So guys, I'm coming on because it's Saturday and it's time for dinner. So I'm doing what's for dinner, and what's for dinner tonight, guys, is Meatball Heroes. We were watching TV earlier and all of a sudden I saw somebody with meatballs. We just love meatballs, guys, anyway. And I thought Meatball Heroes would be a good change. So that's what we're gonna have. So I'm getting started now on making the meatballs. I'm gonna make them in the air fryer because I just think it'll be easier. And this air fryer, I mean, both my air fryers are really good, but the toaster oven one is amazing. Amazing, guys. So I'm gonna make them in there. So I'm gonna get the mix going, and then I'm going to start layering the meatballs onto the pan. I'm probably gonna have to make these in 2 batches because I don't think that I'm not gonna be able to fit all the meatballs in one. So I'm starting early, guys. All right, so let's get started. Let's bring this over here. Move this down a little bit. Okay. And there we go. All right, so I have my chopped meat. It's 80-20. That's what I like to use. And this is about, where's my glasses? This is about 2.5 pounds. And this is what I usually make for my family. Like with, if I make tacos or if I make meatloaf, even though everybody doesn't eat meatloaf in this house. So, but I would normally make this size, 2 to 3 pounds. Okay. Okay, so we put that in there. Now, what I like to do is where's the little spoon that I use? I like to, let me put yours a little bit closer. Put yours down a little bit more. Just can see what I'm doing here. I like to make like a little hole here, just so everything gets incorporated in. It does anyway. I'm gonna mix it up anyway, but I like to make that little dent over there. All right, guys, let's build some flavor. All right, so what we're gonna start with is I'm gonna put some onion powder. Okay. Where's my garlic? Oh, garlic. Here's the garlic. Looks like a lot, guys, but there's a lot of chopped meat here. Okay, you wouldn't believe it. It's not too much, believe me. Some basil. That's Cooper. Some Italian seasoning. Some salt. Some pepper. Some grated cheese. I put Italian seasoning in already. Mr. Italian seasoning over here. Parsley. Oh, I also have fresh parsley. I'm gonna get that out and cut that and chop that up too. Yeah, let me get the parsley and chop that up. All right, guys. So I'm gonna cut up the parsley. Now this parsley, honestly, is on its way out. But I used it yesterday and it was fine. So I'm just gonna use the rest of what is on here to use tonight in the meatballs. And I have sauce I'm gonna show you. Just give me a minute and I'll show you that. But yeah, I'm just gonna use what's, try not to get so many stems, but it's not gonna be perfect. There's gonna be stems in it because I'm not going to sit here and take out all the stems tonight. I'm just not doing that. So there are going to be some stems, but when you chop it up really finely, you don't even taste the stems. You don't even really know they're there. So it's not the end of the world. As many stems as we can, if we can. long, big stems. The little ones, I don't mind as much, but stems out of the Just trying to get as many of the leaves as possible, not the stems. You know, using fresh herbs, to me, like, I honestly would rather use the fresh herbs than the dried. But I don't, number one, I don't always buy the fresh herbs. So, you know, I don't always have them. But when I do have them, I prefer using the fresh herbs. But, and I said this before on my channel, if you guys watch me, you'll know, dried herbs are just as good. If you don't have the fresh herbs, they're just as good. But, again, I prefer the fresh herbs. But I will use dry, if you understand that. That's all I have to say about that. So if I have fresh parsley in there, 99.9% of the time I will use it. Unless I'm really lazy and don't feel like going to the refrigerator and getting it, I might not. So don't quote me on that, but yeah. All right, so that's it. That's all we're gonna get out of there. And guys, let me tell you something, okay? I've literally had this parsley in my refrigerator, I would say for at least, it's gotta be 4 weeks. And the trick to having parsley, having it last a very long time, is when you come home, you take the parsley and you rinse it off, and then you wrap it, you squeeze all the water out, and then you wrap it in a paper towel. You squeeze out the water, you don't dry it, you know, you just like, you know, get all the excess water out. You wrap it in paper towel so the paper towel is nice and moist. You stick it in a Ziploc bag, and I literally didn't touch it for 2 weeks because I forgot it was there. And it's that's why it's so good, because I didn't touch it, and it just stayed, it just was completely in the paper towel, and it traps all the moisture, and it keeps it nice and fresh. So that's really how you keep like your fresh herbs, parsley, basil kind of, well, basil I think you leave on the counter more, as you don't really put that in the fridge, but parsley, really, really good that way, guys. It really, really lasts a very long time. All right, so I'm gonna get this chopped. Now this right here is the curly parsley. I had sent my husband to the store, and I asked him to get me parsley, and he didn't know the difference, so he just got the curly. So when he came home, I was like, "What are you doing, curly parsley?" He's like, "Oh, I didn't know there was a difference." So yeah, I would have got the Italian parsley, but I noticed that it really is exactly the same. It tastes exactly the same. There's no difference in it. It's just one is curly and one is flat. So we give this a nice chop. I'm gonna put some of it in the meatballs and then some of it in the sauce, because what I have, guys, is talk about leftovers, okay? And if you hear hubby laughing in the background, he's watching Mike and Molly. Check it out, guys. It's so funny. I have American tomatoes from last night that are left over. So it's just enough where I'm going to make the meatballs and just sit them in the sauce for a little while. So I'm going to doctor the sauce up, because it's American tomatoes, which American tomatoes is, it's just garlic and all the seasonings, and it's butter. That's what's in American tomatoes. So I'm just going to doctor this up with a little bit of garlic before I put it in the pan, and then let it saute, and I'll put, you know, some more seasonings in it, and the parsley, and that's it. And that's what the meatballs are going to go in. So it'll be in a nice marinara sauce. Okay? Not gravy, marinara, because it doesn't have meat in it. It's meat. If there's meat in it, it's gravy. If there's no meat in it, it's marinara. people argue about that. There are people that will argue about that. When I first got married and I had my husband's family over for dinner, they said, "What are you making for dinner?" And I said gravy, and they were like, "Gravy? Well, what do you mean? Just gravy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, gravy." And they're like, "Gravy? Like brown gravy?" They had no idea that we called it gravy, that we called it and it was Italian sauce. So yeah, most people think gravy is brown gravy, but nope. All right. Yeah. So I have this amount of parsley is going to go in the meatballs. Oh, you can just smell it, guys. I'm going to put a little bit more, and the rest is going to go in the sauce. All right. All right, so. Okay, so we got all the seasonings in here, basically. What I have to put in here is I'm going to put 2 eggs, and then I'm going to put some breadcrumbs. Look, there's a shell. And you're getting in there. Got a tickle in my throat. Okay, so there's 2 eggs, and let me get the breadcrumbs. Where are the breadcrumbs? I think I have breadcrumbs in the back. I have some panko, but only a little bit. I'll put some of the rest of the panko. I don't like to put a lot of breadcrumbs in my meatballs and meatloaf and stuff like that, because I don't want them to be all breadcrumbs. I want it to be more meat than anything. All right, guys, so I got these. I had these in the back pantry. So I'm just going to put a little bit more. Let me get a cup, because I'm going to put water in here. Get a measuring cup. I'm going to go around the other way because my wire, my iPad is charging, and the wire is right in my way. And I don't want to knock it over. All right. I like a lot of water in my meatballs, my meatloaf. That's where the moisture comes from. That's what makes it so nice and yummy. I'm going to try my best as much as possible just to mix it with the spoon until it gets really mixed together, and then I'll start. And then I'll use my hands, and then I'll start making the meatballs up. But I think I'm going to go sit down at the table because I'm standing up and my back's starting to hurt a little bit. So that's my story, guys. Sometimes I'll put some butter in my chopped meat things, my meatloaf, my meatballs, my hamburgers. I don't know if I'm going to do it today, though. Water, if not, water is really just sufficient. You don't have to put butter in it, but it does make the meat much moister. But this is 2080, so it's going to be nice and moist. So I'm not worried. Believe it or not, I think it does need a little bit more breadcrumbs. Just a little. I'm going to put some more dry parsley in. Because I like a lot and I like the color. I like how it colors. I see love. Now, what I do, guys, is, I have to admit, I don't do it 100% of the time, but I would say 80% of the time, I taste a meatball after I fry it. But now, so I'm gonna put a little piece of the meat into the frying pan that I have over here that I'm gonna put the sauce in. So I'm air frying them, so I wasn't really gonna do it, but I have the pan over here ready, so I'm gonna do it because I wanna see if it needs any more seasoning, because I don't wanna over salt my meat mix, because there have been times when I over salt it a little bit, and I don't like when they're salty. So I just wanna make sure that they have flavor, but they're not too salty. You know what I'm saying? So I have the frying pan over here. I'm gonna put this on the lowest. What are you saying? On the lowest heat, right there. And I have to shut the light off because, there we go, of the stupid glare. I'm looking into getting one of those lights. I forget what they're called. What are they called? What? No, it's, I forget what the light specifically is called. Looking into getting one of those, so.
Call a video light.
Yeah, video light. All right, so I'm gonna put a little bit of, just a little drop of olive oil in here. God, I keep forgetting I had my thingy filled up. My hubby filled up my thingy for me. So I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in here. And then I'm gonna throw a little piece of the meat in. Just a little piece. Not that big, so it cooks up fast. So I can taste it. And then I'll see if it needs to have any more seasoning. All right, guys, I put a little piece in here. I'm gonna taste it now. Let it cool off a minute before I taste it, though. Okay. Okay. It needs a little more salt. Not a lot. And definitely some more grated cheese. And that'll be good, and it won't be salty. And some more pepper. So what I'm gonna do before I go over there and finish mixing this up, I'm gonna put this back on the flame. I'm gonna put some more olive oil in it, and then I'm gonna throw some fresh garlic in, and I'm gonna throw the tomato sauce in here. Okay, a little bit of garlic. Let me get the garlic. I mean, a little bit of oil. Now we're gonna find the minced garlic. Does anybody know where the minced garlic is? Oh, it's on the door. Ooh, hallelujah. Where it should be. That's a miracle in itself. So that's gonna get really hot really quick because the pan will go really hot. So I'm gonna get the gravy, the sauce in here immediately. Otherwise we're gonna have burnt garlic. This in here. Now I'm gonna put some water in this. Not much, just about a half a cup maybe. Get all the rest of the sauce that's in here. Give it a little mix. Now there are some chunks in here, so I'm going to take that little chunk, that little, you know, my, what is it called? Chopper upper thingy. And because American tomatoes, I make them some chunky tomatoes and then some, you know, liquid and chunky. I don't want as much chunk, but that's okay. There's not really many chunks in here. But this is going to be perfect, guys. This is going to be the perfect, I mean, if I had another can, I'd probably put another can in here, only just because that's the way I am, because I like to see more. But it'll be sufficient enough for the meatballs to sit in here, I think. I don't think I have any more tomato sauce, but I got news for you. Today's Saturday. God, I really wanted to get more tomato sauce. They have them on sale at my local ShopRite. I usually pay about $1.39 for a can of the tuna rosso that I use, but they're 88 cents, guys. I bought a whole bunch of them, but I don't think I bought enough because I used them already. I should have bought like 2 cases, but what are you gonna do? All right, so that's good. I'm gonna put a little seasonings in here, a little salt, a little pepper. I'm not gonna over season it, guys, because it does have seasonings in it from the American tomatoes, because it was American tomatoes. Okay, so I'm not gonna, go crazy. Now I have fresh parsley, but I'm not gonna put that in yet. Here's some garlic powder. Here's some, oh, that was onion. This is garlic. I'm gonna put some Italian seasoning in there. And because I like the flavor of basil, where's the basil? I'm gonna put a little bit of basil separate. Let this mix up a little bit. I'm going to move this on the other flame so it doesn't overboil, simmer. I don't want it to simmer too rough. And then we'll put the rest of the parsley. We'll put the fresh parsley in a little while. So I'm going to shut this flame off. I'm going to put it back here. Put that on low. These 2 flames only go a certain, they only go like this. That's the lowest that they go. Wait, that's the lowest that they go. And that to me is still too high, so I need lower. These 2 flames back here go lower, so that's why I use them for those. Yeah. So I'm gonna bring the meatballs over to the table and sit down and start putting them in the thing and get them in, because I need to sit down because my back hurts a little bit right now. And this is a little time consuming, so we're gonna do that. Guys, so I'm gonna put as many meatballs in here as I can fit. I'm gonna spray this. Now, I'm not sure what I'm trying to say is, I'm gonna try these on air fry in there and see how they come out and if they're cooked like inside. If not, I'll have to put them on bake. I really wasn't sure what I was going to do, but I'm going to try them on air fry because I like the way the air fryer, does stuff in here. So, but I just want to make sure that these are going to be cooked through. So, let me get some paper towels before I get my hands all messy. Julie works right next door to a deli, and she was on her way home. So I told her to pick up hero rolls, and they had them, so she picked them up she's on her way home, so that's what we're gonna have them on, guys. Heroes, it's gonna be so good. Now I have to check, I'm not sure if I have mozzarella, I think I do, but if I don't, we'll use cheddar or whatever we have, or provolone. I'm pretty sure that I have mozzarella though. All right, with clean hands, guys, now these are gonna be fairly, I'm not gonna make them huge, I'm not gonna make them small, I'm gonna make them fairly medium, like medium, probably like that. Smells awesome. Yeah, they're a little bit, I would say they're a little bit bigger than medium. It can be yummy. I think Julie's home right now. She must be, because they wouldn't be going crazy. So I'm not sure how many I'm gonna fit in here, but these aren't gonna take long, so I don't know who's calling me, but I'm not answering it because my hands are full of meatballs. So I'm not sure how many, like I said, I'm gonna be able to fit in here. So as many as we could fit will fit. can see already, guys. These meatballs are going to be amazing. They're going to be nice and soft. Nice and moist, I mean. That air fryer's going on. Is on. So I'm going to get these in. And then what I'm going to do, I'm not going to make the meatballs, keep making them because they're very kind of moist. They're really wet and I don't want them to fall apart when I, oh, perfect. Those are perfect hero rolls. That's exactly what I wanted. She did good. She did good. Oh, Father. Oh, I was trying to make a come up with a cake, but everything a cake for the animals were either banana or things that I don't have, so like there's nothing I could do. Happy birthday, Brody! Today's Bobo's birthday. Happy birthday, Brody! And I was thinking about making a cake because last month was Cooper's birthday and I never made him a cake. I said I was gonna and I never did. But I thought maybe I'll make it today since today's Bobo's birthday. We'd make a cake and we could sing happy birthday to both of them. But I couldn't find a recipe that would be good. That would be great. And honestly, I wanted to make a recipe that we could all eat. You know, dog friendly and people friendly. And most of the recipes that you make for the dogs are just not really that people friendly. You know, they're like banana applesauce, just not really good, you know, ingredients for people. For dogs, yes, but not for people. Because they don't put sugar in them or anything like that. You know, that's what you're called. You know, you gotta have sugar, some sort. All right, so that's what they're gonna look like, guys. I'm gonna put them in. I'm gonna do it for 15 minutes on air fry, and then I'll let you see it. There you go, guys. The marinara is simmering on low. I just low and put it on more. I had it on like low, medium. Now it's on low because I just want it to simmer quietly and not go crazy. The meatballs got about another 10 minutes. I'm going to check them to see how they're doing, and then we'll go from there and see if they need longer or what the story is with the meatballs. Took these out. I'm going to see what the temperature of them is. I think these have to be yeah, I think these have to be, wait, let me check. Alexa, what temperature does ground beef have to be when done?
Here's something I found on the web. According to thespruceeats.com, when it comes to cooking ground beef, 165F means well done.
Okay. Yeah, these are definitely done. These are way over, so that's perfect. So I'm just gonna take them in, and I'm gonna take them right out and put them right into the marinara because they're not full of grease because they were made in the air fryer, guys. Look at that. So exciting. These are gonna be so good. Oh, guys, food just excites me way too much. But hey, I'm happy. And that's all that matters, guys. It makes me happy. So freaking yummy. Oh. Woo. See, on the bottom, they're not as crispy, but that's okay. I could have turned them over if I really wanted to, but you know, that's perfect for us. We're happy with the crispiness of it. All right, guys, so we got these in there. I'm gonna do another batch. I'm gonna push these down gently. I'm going to make a mess, because that's what I do. I'm going to put more meatballs, spray it, put more meatballs in here, and get the other batch in. All right, guys, the other batch is done. So now I'm gonna put these into the pot. Guys, these only took about 15 minutes. And I put them on the air fryer. They came out so good with the air fryer. I didn't have to bake them. They came out perfect. I am so happy with this air fryer, guys, that I got this air fryer toaster oven thing. I don't know what it is, but I love it. It's so great. I mean, look, guys, they have the appearance that they were fried, but they're not fried. Where am I here? Here we go.
I'm waiting, Mom.
I mean, guys, really?
Nice test, say hi. Yeah. Can you turn it down, please? Hi, guys. Nice to see you guys again. I just got home from activity.
Tell them where you went.
I went to the motorcycle museum.
Now, it wasn't Orange County Choppers, right?
I think that they have all different kinds.
No, I know, but there's an Orange County Choppers. I'm wondering if that was the one you went to.
I think so, Mom.
No, I don't think so.
I don't know, but we went to a museum.
So tell them where
I
you
have
went.
pictures from today. You want to see them, guys? This is my friend Steven. I'll bring it closer. They can
No
see.
last names, okay? No, you can say
I said
Steven.
Steven.
I know. I'm just saying.
This is my friend Steven. He's on
But
a
wait,
motorcycle.
there's a little bit. Let me bring you over here. There's a little bit of a glare. You won't be able to see it. Let's bring them over here.
Ah, my foot.
Let's bring you over here, guys.
There's my friend Steven.
Kind of. Is it? You see it?
I don't know.
Let me see.
I'm showing them when you're playing it.
Yeah, there. You gotta hold it close like
yeah,
that.
There's my friend Steven. This is me and my friend Anna. Yes.
All right. It doesn't have to be perfect, Jen.
Yeah, my friend Steven. Here's me and my friend Steven and Anna and my friend Jessica. This is a group picture we took
Aw,
in the storefront today before we leave.
Before you left.
See that? I have a picture of me and Anna here together.
Who's Anna?
My best friend. There's a motorcycle, a cop motorcycle.
Oh, police motorcycle? Let me see it. Oh, nice.
I have this yellow motorcycle I took. Look. This
Yellow one? Oh, I love that.
This one, guys.
That's my favorite one.
A blue motorcycle I took.
Nice.
We didn't buy a motorcycle.
Cool. You didn't sit on one?
Nope.
Oh my God. Why didn't you ask them ride if you could ride one?
I didn't want to.
You didn't want to test one?
Nope.
She didn't want to test one, guys.
So that I have more.
Show them your, but that's enough pictures. Show them what you bought. Because the dad wants to see the pictures.
I got
A souvenir?
I went to the gift shop there, and I got a bracelet.
Let me
It's
see
a
it.
motorcycle.
Look at that. You want me to hold it closer up so they can
Mom.
see it?
Yeah.
Look at this, guys. Is that so cute?
A motorcycle was a bracelet.
Can I wear it?
No, it's
Why didn't you get me one?
I only have $2.
Meanie head.
And one for me.
Whatever. I'm teasing. Go show Dad.
And I have.
Yeah, they don't want to see that. Those are her
Weekend after.
her next weekend activities.
Well, Mommy want me to show Dad.
Go show Dad. All right, guys. So here it is. Look at that. Look at those hero rolls. I toasted it, and then I put mozzarella on top and and toasted it back. Put it on broil in the toaster oven. Look at that. So this is what it looks like.
Happy hero day.
I'm gonna cut it. Let me show you. That's what it looks like, guys. Looks like, oh, it's cut in thirds now. That's okay. So, guys, this is what's for dinner tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make a meatball hero, guys. You can even make it for a game night or a game day, whatever you want to do. So good, guys. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit all those buttons on the bottom, especially that bell, so you guys can be notified every time I upload. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Love you, all of you. I'll see you in the next one. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye, guys.